Hello guys, and welcome to this video. In this video we will deep dive into the art of time management and productivity, and I will actually show you all the practical techniques and strategies there are to make sure you can manage your time in the best way possible. And I don't want you to procrastinate and waste your time. Like, we all have been wasting a lot of time, but I think it's time to get serious in life because AI is there. Like, we are 2023 and already AI, artificial intelligence, is doing a lot of things, so we need to make sure that we are keeping ourselves up with the technology and also making sure we don't waste our life like that. So let's just jump right into the video. So the first thing is the understanding the value of time, very basically. So time is basically the most valuable asset you can find out there. It's even more valuable than money itself, because like, you can earn unlimited money, but time is limited. Like they say, every day you have like 86,400 seconds, but in a day you can make like millions of dollars also. So we don't have a limit for the money, but we do have a limit for this time. So you need to know where to use this time and how to efficiently use it, right? So all the successful people recognize the effective time management skills, and they just work on it. They don't procrastinate all the day. They don't do random stuff, but they just focus on something specific that they want to focus on, and then they just accomplish the goal and they become much better at it. Like, they just become successful in their own industry, whatever they're working on, right? So by optimizing how we utilize each precious minute, we can accomplish more and create a fulfilling life, right? You need to be satisfied in life. You need to know like you have done something in life, rather than just sitting all the day and be like, okay, I don't remember what I did. I don't know what I did yesterday because I was just sitting doing the same thing that I'm doing today. Well, if you're not going to do the different thing today, then it's not going to make sense, right? It just feels like life is just going nowhere. It's just getting wasted. So what I want to do is basically to grasp the value of time. Try this exercise. Reflect on your long-term goals and ask yourself how each moment contributes to their realization, right? This shifts in mindset and will help you prioritize your task, eliminating activities that don't align with your objectives. It's like, basically, you're just looking at your long-term goal. Let's say you want to become a doctor, you want to become some website developer in the future, like software engineer in the future, but you're not pretty much sure about like how you're going to achieve that goal. But you're still like, okay, yeah, my goal is to become this, but I don't know how to achieve, right? Because like, if I look at my current things that I'm doing, I'm nowhere near of achieving that thing. So now when you look at the long-term goal, you will know like which task you need to eliminate and which task you need to grasp and work on in order to like actually achieve a goal. But rather than just speaking, you just take actions, right? So I will say the very first step is like basically prioritization and goal settings. So unless you're like, we basically do prioritize tasks over other tasks. Like, sometimes you prioritize playing games over like maybe doing something better, like maybe studying. We prioritize the task of playing games over the task of studying. So we need to keep these things in mindset. So the things like, what do we do? How do we prioritize the task, and how should we all do it? So there is a basic strategy which is like ABCDE. I will tell you everything about ABCDE. So A stands like, just open a notepad or something, or note-taking application, or maybe you just get a page or copy, just write it down. ABCDE. Now like all of these are like different type of tasks. A type of tasks are very important, and they are must-to-dos, right? They are must-to-dos tasks. You definitely need to do this A task in a day. So you write some tasks that you must do in a day. Maybe studying 1 hour or goes in the A category. You don't see anything else. Only it's very must to do A task. Like, you need to keep this prioritization in mind. You need to do A task. And then we have B tasks that are should do tasks. Like, they're not must do's. It's not problem if you are not going to do them, but you should do them. Like, it's like, yeah, advising yourself, suggesting yourself, you should do it, right? If you're done with the must do task, you should just go with the should do task. And then in the C category, we have a okay to do task, right? It's okay if you want to do it. Maybe like, you want to play a game 1 hour a day, it's okay, but they're not should do. You're not getting forced to do the task, and it's not even important to do the task. They're like okay to do. If you want to do it in free time, you're done with the A and B tasks, you can go with the C task. And then we have D tasks, which are basically delegate the task. So if you have some important task and you have some unimportant tasks which can be delegated. What do we mean by delegation? So delegation is like, basically you have a cup of water here which is empty basically. So now you need to refill the a water cup, but you need to go maybe like I'm just giving a very bad example at this moment. So like let's say you don't have any water at your home and you need to buy a water bottle from outside somewhere. So now you look at your sister, she's also going outside to buy something for herself. Now rather than just you stopping to doing your important task, you just going to like pause it and then go out by yourself, just buy the water bottle, come back. Rather than doing that, what you can do, you can delegate your task upon your sister, because she's also going to buy something from outside. So you just tell her, hey, if you're going outside, just please buy me a water bottle too. So she will say like, maybe okay, maybe she want to do some dealing, maybe that's okay. Like you can deal with her like, okay, you're gonna do this right now, and I'm going to do something else for you afterwards, right? So whatever you do, you need to delegate the task, as many tasks as you can. But keep in mind, excessive task delegation is not good. They will think like you're just trying to get work out of them, and they will feel bad about you. So they will not do any work for you in the future. So you need to have limits. You need to make sure that you're doing everything in a limit, not like going over the limit. So task delegation is good, but in a limit. And then we have each category, which is basically eliminate the task. You're like keeping the task that you definitely don't want to do. You want to eliminate the task, and maybe they can like, hey, randomly checking on some social media and checking what's going on. You need to eliminate that. Like let's suppose you want to avoid procrastination. So you can write it like maybe avoid checking, avoid using Instagram maybe more than 15 minutes. This should be in the elimination section. So if you're using Telegram more than 15 minutes, you can put it in the eliminate section, and you can just know you don't need to do this. But like, let me tell you one thing. Look, the thing with human beings are like basically you create all those strategies, all those notes, but what matters is like, are you actually following it? Or you're just like, yeah, it's good, but like you need to follow it, right? So you don't just do it, you need to actually follow it. You need to actually make sure that you're doing what you're saying, but rather than like being like, oh yeah, it's good, like we need to follow it. Well, maybe you will follow it for a couple of days, but then you need to keep up. Look, the motivation doesn't last for longer, but discipline does. Like in the first 2 days, maybe 3 days, you will have the motivation to actually do what you're saying, but afterwards you will be like, well, it's not fun anymore, I don't want to do this. So then comes the discipline. You need to create discipline. You need to be like, okay, I'm a good guy, I'm a very good time manager. I'm the person who manages time. You don't say I'm trying to manage my time, but you just keep your identity as I am the person who manages time. So when you change your identity, it becomes much more easier to do something, right? You need to change your identity to in order to change your habits, which is said in the Atomic Habit book itself. And if you check the Power of Habits book, they also mention something similar. Maybe like get rid of the cues and maybe like have some. It's a habit thing, right? I haven't made a video about habits before, so I will not talk about habits. Well, that's about the prioritization task. And goal setting is like setting the goal for the day. Like I said, ABCDE. You're setting the goal, most prioritized task in a day, and then you're just getting the work done, right? And then we have combating procrastination. How do we get rid of procrastination, right? So the first really basic thing is about procrastination is like getting started, right? You're just sitting watching Instagram reels and you're procrastinating. You're saying, I need to study, but I'm not able to study. I don't know why. Like when I look at books, I'm like, come on, really? I'm watching Instagram reels. Who's going to skip it? So how do you overcome this procrastination at the specific moment? Are you just going to like say some magical words and you're going to stop procrastinating? Well, not really, not specifically, but the thing that we say, like there are a couple of techniques. The first technique is like count until 3 and then just getting up. Count until 3 and then just get up, okay? Get up. You're watching Instagram reels, good. If you're sitting, if you're watching Instagram reels while sitting, you just say 1, 2, 3, get up, walk a little bit, come back, and then you're like, okay, am I going to go back to watching an Instagram reel, or am I going to do something else now? And most likely you're not going to go back watching an Instagram reels because you already left that environment, left that satisfactory environment that you were in. After counting till 3, you're like, okay, I'm out of it. Now Instagram reels is not going to be kind of like attracting me towards itself because I'm out of it. So now maybe I can do something else. And now you're in the phase of time where you can do something else. But then the issue is like, how do we do something else now? Because like I'm out of it. I'm okay. I'm now looking to what to do, but I don't want to do those complicated tasks like maybe studying or something. It's too boring. Well, to overcome the boredom, there's another technique. You do it for 1 minute. Or you can say you do it for 20 seconds. So if you're thinking, studying is boring. So what do? You just get started with studying. For example, maybe you want to study physics. You just open the physics book. You read it for 20 seconds, just 20 seconds, okay? So those 20 seconds actually help your mindset to get comfortable with the book itself. So when you read it for 20 seconds, stop reading, and then wait for 10 seconds, and then you will notice that you're much more comfortable with studying now than you were before, because your mind, it kind of diverted your attention from those Instagram reels using those two techniques, and now your attention is fully focused on the book itself, right? You just transfer your attention from the Instagram reels into the book. Now your brain is saying it's okay to read the book. Now you can proceed further reading the book. It will not feel so bad, because now you overcame the procrastination. You're not specifically watching Instagram reels, but rather you diverted your attention into the book itself. So now you can focus on the book and you can specifically read it. But like we also have issues with the studying or something specific. Like you cannot study for longer hours. That will also, and you will also end up procrastinating. And then we have a technique for that, which is with the name of Pomodoro Technique, which is a really famous technique, which is like not fully focusing, which is like focusing specific, like taking breaks while studying and then getting back to focus, and then taking breaks, getting back to focus. We have a kind of confusion thing. Like some people say you need to focus for 20, study for 25 minutes, and then take rest for 5-10 minutes, and then study again for 25 minutes, and keep doing keep shifting yourself. So it will be much better for your focus. So you just hyper focus on the studies, and when you think you're kind of getting lazy, you just take rest, and then you just get back to the hyper focus. But I've seen some YouTubers, some famous YouTubers, who were going with 50 minutes with using the Pomodoro technique for focusing for 50 minutes, and then resting for 10 minutes, and then focusing for 50 minutes, and resting for 10 minutes. And then I watched the YouTuber with the name of Andrew Huberman. He's a neurologist. So he basically said we need to focus. We can focus for easily 90 minutes, and then you can take rest for 10 minutes. He's saying, look, he's actually saying something truthful. He's saying when you get to focus, when you get to hyper focus, shifting from deep focus levels and then back to normal focus levels, it's kind of hard. It takes at least 20 minutes to get into deep focus mode. So when you're saying you're using Pomodoro technique to just focus for 25 minutes and then take a break, you're never getting into the deep focus mode, because it takes at least 20 minutes to get in the deep focus mode, right? So what I will suggest you is go into focus mode, deep focus mode, for 90 minutes, because it will take you 25 minutes to actually get into the focus level, actually get into the fully focused mode on the study itself. You're studying physics, let's take the same example. You're reading the physics book, and you're not you're not fully focused on it, but once 25 minutes are done, you actually fully focus on it, because now your brain actually knows what you're doing. It's not oh yeah, Instagram reels. No, it doesn't know it now, because now you're fully focused on the book itself. It takes 20-25 minutes, and now after you're fully focused on it, you overall give yourself 90 minutes while having this full focus mode. And then when you think after 90 minutes, our brain is oh well, I guess it's a little too much, right? You don't it doesn't directly tells you it's a little too much, but your focus kind of loses its power. So then you just need to say, okay, cool, let's take a break of 10 minutes. And when you take the break of 10 minutes, it does not mean you're going to just get back to Instagram and watch those reels and get those dopamine pushes rises. No, you don't do that. But what you do is you lie down, close your eyes, take deep breaths in through your nose, and let it all out through your mouth, for 5 minutes. Just fully relax. And then after another 5 minutes, you open your eyes. Don't close your eyes, because you'll sleep. You don't want to sleep. You don't want to take naps during the day. It's bad. It breaks your focus, basically. So keep your eyes open, and then just stay full calm. Take slow breath in and out. Just do like that, okay? And with the help of that, your body will go into fully. It will relieve all the pressures it had on itself, and now you can get back to focus level, because you kind of resetted your brain, and now you're just going to, your body's going to be oh, I'm ready. What do you want me to do now? Hey, get back to focus. That's what I want you to do. So now it depends upon how much you want to study in a day. 90 minutes is 1 minute and around 1 minute and 30 seconds, right? Yeah, 1.5 hours. So well, no, 30 seconds, not 30 minutes, I meant to say. So that's how we kind of overcome those procrastination, and you just break time into manageable chunks, and then you just focus on the task. We also have another technique, which is basically like you don't focus on something specific. Like if you have 3 subjects to read in a day, like if you have 3 subjects to read in a week, you want to complete something about the subjects. You don't go around doing like you study one subject in a day, another subject in another day, and another subject in another day. But rather, what you do is like you study 3 subjects in a day, but you break the time like as you would do for one subject. Like you were going to study physics for 3 hours in a day, but rather now do what? Study physics, chemistry, and mathematics for 1 hour in a day. Like you're studying 3 hours in a day, but you're studying like 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour for each subject, which basically actually helps us to like not get bored when you're studying only one subject for long hours. It can transform you into fully focused modes, but it can also like be a bad thing for you because your brain is kind of going like, it's kind of boring now. And now if you think about it, like you're just going like you need to wait 3 days to get back to the subject, to get back to the specific subject itself. Like you're studying math on Mondays, you cannot study on Tuesdays because it will be chemistry. You cannot study on Wednesday because it will be physics, and you need to study it like on Thursday. So it's like 2 days gap. You will already forget what you studied. So it's also not a good way to do that. And then we have a part of like taking self-care, which is basically you need to change your environment. You need to make sure you're not procrastinating. Look, your environment matters a lot, right? When you're making sure you have a good time management, you need to transform your environment in very clean method. Like you need to make sure what you want to do, you keep those things here. Like let's suppose I want to drink a lot of water. I want to drink like 2 liters of water in a day. So I will just do one thing. I will get a water jug and I will keep it in front of my desk. So like whenever I want to drink water, whenever I look at it, I will drink the water. Whenever I look at it, I will just drink the water. I will not procrastinate. I will not say I need to go to the kitchen to get the water. I will not do that, because when I'm looking at it, I will just drink it, right? So just remove all those things that you think are making you procrastinate. Like keep your environment clean, so like your brain is also clean. Yeah, your environment does matter a lot. You need to give a little bit of time into setting up your setup and stuff as that. So you just make sure that you're not wasting a lot of time, and drink a good amount of water. I don't think like especially those healthy thing matter in the time, but like I would say for your health itself, it's very important to like keep it. It's very important to make sure that you are doing those things very goodly, in a very good way. So yeah, there we go. So you always need to make sure your future time oriented, because we have different time oriented people. We have a past positive and negative time oriented people. We have future hedonistic, fatalistic, and we have other one here, fatalistic, hedonistic, and what was the holistic people. So fatalistic people is just like basically saying it's all up to fate, we cannot do anything about the time. And hedonistic people are just like living, saying YOLO, you live only once, so just do everything you can do in a day. Just don't think about there is only tomorrow. But you want to be a future time perspective type of person. You don't want to be a transcendental future time perspective type of person, because transcendental is like saying, yeah, tomorrow, there is tomorrow, you need to focus on tomorrow, but like you will die and you will go to afterlife and stuff as that. Those are like transcendental future time perspective people. You need to be like the future time oriented type of person who's like my today's decision will like affect tomorrow's goals. So you need to take those type of decisions that will make sure that your tomorrow is also good. Like don't drink a lot of alcohol, and like don't smoke, because it will just affect you tomorrow. Maybe not today, maybe today is giving you 2x dopamine rush, but like tomorrow it can give you 0 dopamine rush and you will just die because of lung cancer eventually. Congratulations, you now possess a comprehensive arsenal of time management strategies. It's time to put them into action. Start by incorporating one technique at a time and gradually build a routine. Consistency is key. Embrace the journey and watch your productivity soar. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content on personal development and productivity. Leave a comment below sharing your favorite time management technique or any question you may have. Until next time, stay focused, stay driven, and make every second count. Have a very nice day, guys. Take care, and bye-bye.